All right, good afternoon, guys. How are we doing today? Good. If I can get a quick audio and video check, let me know that we are coming through loud and clear. Robert, can you see my screen and hear me okay? We coming through good? All right, good. All right, well, thanks everybody for joining us today. I appreciate it. And today we're going to do a little something different. We're not going to dig into specific Nadex products. We're not going to dig into, specific strategies or systems. We're going to talk a little bit in general here, about what are some top mistakes of new Nadex traders. And not just new Nadex traders, but, veterans as well. My name is John Skelton. I'm with apexinvesting.com, and this webinar today is brought to you by and hosted by Nadex. We appreciate them having us here. And they have us here, we've trained literally thousands of traders and thousands of people on, Nadex products and trading Nadex. And they have us here to just kind of share with you some of our experiences with the Nadex products, what are some of the different ways we use them. But, every once in a while I like to just kind of take a few minutes to, especially for you newbies, to help you avoid some of the potholes and some of the pitfalls, that we've seen a lot of Nadex traders make. And hopefully this can help keep you on track so you don't make those same mistakes. Okay, so that's what we want to talk about today. It's just some of the things that we've observed over the years that you might can avoid and help you, speed up your path down your trading career here with Nadex. So let's go ahead and get our disclosures knocked out here. As always, trading futures, options, or any financial instrument involves risk. It may not be suitable for every investor. And by the way, guys, any webinar we're ever on, if you see me using the Nadex demo platform and entering an order, that's in no way a trading advice or a trading recommendation. It's a demo account. I'm simply just trying to help you visualize and see what it is that I'm teaching you that day, or show you how to, use the Nadex platform itself. And as always, past performance not indicative of future results. So if you are brand new to Nadex, make sure you hop on over to nadex.com. Just some quick info here. You can go right here under products, and Nadex basically offers 3 different products: binary options, touch brackets, and call spreads. You can go through and get some great information here on these tabs as far as what those are and how those work, the different markets they're traded on. Trading platforms, you've got some mobile options here. You can go directly to the online platform. But I want to make sure you are all aware, demo trading platform. Some of you don't know this, but absolutely free. Nadex will give you a free $25,000 demo practice account. Okay, and all you got to do is fill out some quick information, hit open my account, and you'll be able to log right in, to a demo account. And it's a great place to get familiar with Nadex, how the platform works, going through the different products and understanding them, the different expiration times, and different strike prices, opening tickets, entering and exiting orders. Get familiar with it in a demo environment so you're not practicing with your live money. Also a great place to practice any new strategies or systems you're trying to learn as well. Master them in demo, make your mistakes in demo, work out the kinks in demo, be profitable in demo before you move over to live. So it's a great tool that Nadex offers you. I give Nadex a lot of props. They do a lot for their members as far as, free tools and great tools and just a wealth of information. Not only can you go through here and get all kind of information, but under the Learning Center, you've got some market news, you've got ebooks, videos, and webinars like we're on here now. If you go to the webinar section, notice right here it's marked upcoming. You can see all the upcoming webinars here. Okay, you can see the dates and times, you can see the subject matter, you can get registered for them. Once you're registered, you'll get reminder emails. But just all kind of information there for you. If you're new and you've missed some of our past webinars and you want to kind of watch some things at your own pace, you can go right here to On Demand and just scroll down here and find me, John Skelton with Apex Investing. And you just find a ton of recordings here, everything from the basics of, how do the products work, different strategies, different systems, do's and don'ts, picking the right ones, trading levels, just a wealth of information here that you can watch anytime, day or night, week or weekend, and get educated, some free education on Nadex there, okay? So make sure to check that out. But like I said, I'm not with Nadex. I'm with apexinvesting.com. We're an online education company. We've got over 25,000 members now. You know, we have live trade rooms and strategies and systems and indicators and all kind of great stuff. A lot of our systems focus on risk management and probability. That's why we love the captive risk products of Nadex. You know, we're a Nadex education partner. We do these webinars for them, but we're traders just like you. I trade Nadex binary spreads, touch brackets every single day. I've already placed several trades today, but we're traders just like you. And we're here just to kind of share with you some of our experiences and, you know, some ways that we take advantage of the Nadex products, and just kind of some do's and don'ts. You know, like I said, today we want to talk a little bit about, you know, who is Nadex, set that foundation, and, you know, talk about some of the top mistakes of Nadex traders. So let's start with who and what is Nadex, okay? And I've already kind of shown you, you know, where you can go and learn more about Nadex and learn more about the products and get some more education. But let's talk a little bit about, you know, kind of the power of Nadex. And, you know, if you're familiar at all with the Nadex products, you know, like I said, there's binary options, there's call spreads, there's touch brackets. You know, some of the big key benefits of Nadex, especially for a new trader, is, for one, you know, you can open an account with a very small amount, you know, 250 bucks. And, you know, you can get into this world of trading for a very small amount, you know, kind of, sometimes I'd say it's the trading platform, you know, for the everyday person, for the day-to-day person, for the average Joe. You know, you don't have to have tens of thousands of dollars to be able to get started trading. You can open an account with a very small amount. And that's very powerful for like the everyday person to get into, okay? And that's one of the big benefits and big draws to Nadex. You know, another thing is you don't have these huge margin requirements to trade certain products. I mean, for example, let's say you want to trade, you know, oil or gold on the futures market. You know, well, just day trading margin alone, you know, you got to put up $1,000 in margin. You know, if you want to hold some overnight, it's multiple thousands of dollars that you have to put up on hold just to even take that trade or be in that trade. And, you know, you can go into some of these markets, I mean, crude oil, just on binaries, for example. And you can get binary contracts for $6, $19, $39, $87. You know, you're able to actually trade a derivative of these big markets like gold and oil for very, very small amounts. And that is unheard of. Like, that is amazing. You know, you can get into, again, you know, oil, gold, natural gas, silver. You know, you've got 10 different forex pairs here. You know, the major forex pairs. You've got, you know, the stock indices, the you know, derivatives of the NASDAQ, S&P, the Russell 2000, the Dow. You know, and you can go in and you can trade these big markets and, you know, choose your risk levels, you know, from $5 up to $100 and everything in between on binary contracts there. You know, you can also get in, and if you want to kind of mirror and mimic the market, you know, the kind of the move of the market there, you know, you can trade spreads, you can trade touch brackets, okay, on, you know, the Dow. You know, you've got different options here, and you don't have to put up, you know, a ton of money to do it, okay? And I mean, you can go in and let's say that you were looking to, you know, go long, you wanted to buy the market. Well, you can get this touch bracket right here for $150 that's going to be put on hold out of your account, okay? Sometimes even less than that, a lot less than that. You can get into these big markets, okay, these large markets that if you were trading on, you know, the open, you know, spot market or a futures market, you might have to put up tons and tons of, you know, what you would consider tons and tons of capital and margin to get in and trade. But with Nadex, you have these options of opening an account for just a few $100s. You've got these options of getting in these big markets, you know, with very small amounts. Okay, I mean, that is huge. That is super huge for the everyday person. You know, without an option like this, and you're like, hey, I really want to get into trading oil, for example. Well, you know, you've got to have on the futures market, you got to have $1,000 put up on margin just during the day, much less holding overnight. You know, on the futures market to trade, you know, Wall Street 30, which is the derivative of the Dow. Well, you got to have $500 in margin for day trading, but that goes up to almost what, 5,000 or something, you know, to hold it overnight. And you don't have that with Nadex. You don't have that overnight margin. You don't have any margin. You don't have this huge amount of money you have to put up. The only amount of money you have to put up to get in the trade is the actual risk itself. And that's another huge, huge benefit of Nadex, okay, is all of the Nadex products, okay? They all have that low barrier to entry, like small capital requirements, and everything is capped risk. You know ahead of time that no matter what the market does, you know your worst case capped risk before you get into any trade at all. If you decided for whatever reason you wanted to come over here and buy this particular binary right here, okay, and you thought the market was going up, you wanted to buy it, your max loss is $24. Max profit is this. You know that up front before you press the button and get in the trade. If you're wrong, the market doesn't go up, the market flies down 500 points against you, flash crashes, does not matter. The worst maximum you can lose is listed right there. You're capped. You have upfront known capped risk, okay? And depending on which contract you choose here, it can be a very low risk. And it's incredible that you can get in and trade these huge, you know, worldwide markets for that type of capital and that low of risk and known upfront capped risk. Right? You guys all see that? You guys all agree that that is, you know, some of the huge benefits of Nadex is the lower amounts to get in, you know, for the everyday person. You're dealing directly with an exchange. You've got low risk. You've got low capital requirements to get into these huge markets. And you've got upfront known capped risk to protect you, okay? So that is huge. And those are some of the benefits of Nadex. What's another benefit of Nadex? Well, just about any market you go to here, well, let's look at where we were looking at a minute ago. Wall Street 30, that's a derivative of the Dow, okay? So let's say I like to trade the Dow, okay? Well, I've got binary contracts that opened up at 12 p.m. and they'll expire at 2. I've got others that opened up at 1 p.m. They'll expire at 3. I've got dailies that expire at the end of the day today at 4:15. I've got weeklies that expire at the end of the week. After this one expires at 2 p.m., there's another one that will come up 2 to 4, right? So I've got a lot of different expirations. And within each one of these expirations, look at all the different contracts I have to choose from. I've got all of these different strike prices from way up here all the way to down here, all at different prices. So whatever strategy or system I'm trading, whether I'm using short-term bars, long-term bars, short-term scalping type strategy, long-term trending, I can choose an expiration that's happening, you know, very quickly here, a couple hours out, into the day, into the week. I can look at my strikes. I mean, look at all the options I have here from, you know, 26,100 down to 25,800, hundreds of points wide of options here. You see that? And all these different expirations. And that's only part of it. Then I can come down here and I've got 20-minute binaries for the Wall Street 30. Every 20 minutes, look, these expire at 1:20. At 1:20, new ones will be up that expire at 1:40. At 1:40, new ones will be up that expire at 2 o'clock. Every 20 minutes, I have a whole new set of all these different strike prices that will expire in 20 minutes, or in the next 20 minutes. These particular ones expire in 4 minutes, right? On forex, I even have 5-minute binaries that expire every 5 minutes and new ones come out. You see all those different options of expiration times and all those different options of size and all those different options of strike prices? And that's just binaries. Much less if we go over to spreads. On the same thing on Wall Street 30. We've got 12 to 2, 1 to 3, 8 to 4, dailies. And inside of each one of these, I've got all kind of different floors and ceilings. Then in addition to that, I've got touch brackets on Wall Street 30 that will always be there. One gets hit, floor or ceiling, a new one pops up. I can hold these overnight, trade everything. There is so many options that it's incredible. Okay? Can you guys see that? Like, it's almost overwhelming. I'm just sitting here going through all this, and pretty much all I showed you was one market, Wall Street 30. So you've got binaries, spreads, touch brackets, you've got all these different expiration, all these different strikes, all these different, expiration after expiration after expiration, right? So those are some of the big benefits of Nadex. That's the power of Nadex, okay? So now I want to talk a little bit about how you as a trader can take something that's a benefit and, something that's a positive and turn it into a huge negative. I want to talk about the negative side of it. Not the negative side of Nadex, but the negative side of you as a trader because of your mentality and not fully understanding. Well, hey, this sounds great. I can get in with a very low amount to open an account. I get into these trades without hardly putting any money up at all. Yeah, that's crazy. I can go in here and I can trade big things like, the Dow or like oil. All I got to do is go in here and put up like, if I want to buy this one, all I got to do is put up like 16 bucks. Maybe I can make 84. This is great. Hey, I can go in and buy one of these for $5. That's less than I spent on my lunch today. Sure. And I'm just going to slap $5 here and $12 here, and I'm going to buy this and buy that. It's only 10 bucks. It's only 12 bucks. My risk is capped. I was on that webinar. That guy, John, gave me this nice little rundown about my risk is capped. I can't lose more than that. So let me just start slapping these things everywhere. It's not a big deal. It's such a small amount of money. And, he said that because it's so, the lower amounts to get in, that it's kind of like the common person, okay? Well, Thomas, I got to get to there. You can wait for that or you can not, okay? But you start to trade like a common person instead of trading like a trader, okay? This is the biggest first mistake, okay? Is you think that because it's low risk and it's not a lot to get in, that the rules are different. Well, hey, it's not like these big guys that have to put up thousands and thousands of dollars. Those guys that have to put up all that big money, they're the ones that got to be careful. They're the ones that got to take the time to learn the markets and read the markets. Those are the guys that have to have all the charts and indicators, and they have to figure out a strategy and a system because they're dealing with so much more money than I am. I don't have to worry about all that junk. I just watched a random video or two on YouTube and I'm just pressing buttons because, it's not that much risk. It's $5, 13 bucks. Why am I going to take the time to learn something? Why am I going to invest time in myself to educate myself about a strategy or system or how to read the market. I'm just going to press buttons. I saw a YouTube video about some guy pressing buttons, making all this money at expiration. Okay? Just because the Nadex platform is different with all these options and low amount to fund and lower risk amount in some of these contracts, that is very different compared to some of the other things you can trade and some of the other capital requirements you can trade. But that doesn't mean the rules are different. You're still trading, okay? You can't slack on the rules. It's not a get out of jail free card. It's just, hey, I want to trade oil. Well, or I want to trade. Well, do you want to trade stocks? Do you want to trade futures contracts? Do you want to trade spot forex? Do you want to trade options, spreads, or do you want to trade Nadex? The rules don't change based on what vehicle you're using to trade a market. You still have to learn that market. You still have to know that market. You still have to have a strategy and a system you follow, and you still have to have rules you follow. You're just choosing to trade that market on that system, but use Nadex products that offer lower capped upfront known risk. Okay? Does that make sense? The rules don't change. If you want to drain your account quickly, go into it like the rules don't change. Let me ask you a question. If you don't educate yourself, if you don't learn, if you don't know how to read the markets, if you don't have a strategy or system with defined rules that you follow, all you're doing is just pressing buttons and risking money. Are you trading or are you gambling? How's that any different than pressing a slot button? Right? The rules do not change just because you're trading Nadex. You're taking the powerful positive benefits of Nadex and you're turning them into a negative for yourself. Okay? Where, hey, I don't want to be patient. I just want to start pressing buttons. I don't want to wait for the right setup. I don't want to learn that system. Okay? I just want to press buttons. I see all these expirations. Okay. Let me show you something here. And tell me your first reaction. You've got something in front of you. You're eager to press a button. You want to make some money. You want to. What do you see right here? A countdown clock. 41, 40, 40. Ooh. What does one side of your brain tell you when you see a countdown clock? What do you think of? The TV commercial? 36-hour sale, only 4 hours left, better hurry, right? Or an eBay bid auction, like, oh, countdown, I better hurry, I gotta hurry. Right? Agreed? Okay, this is not a countdown clock. All right? This is just letting you know these contracts expire at 2 p.m. in 35 minutes and 57 seconds. That is not there to get your heart racing and you need to place a trade. That is there for you to see how many minutes are left until it expires, and does something with that time frame of expiration fit in your strategy or system? Or do you need to go and find something that has a longer time frame? With your strategy or system, what kind of time frames are you looking at? That's what that is there for, okay? Just because, here's one of the biggest mistakes you'll ever make with Nadex. Do not get wrapped up in this feeling right here. I'm sitting down at the computer, I want to trade something. I really want to trade something, okay? And, you know, oh man, 34 minutes. Whew, okay, are these here? You know, 14 minutes. Okay, I've got to find a trade in 14 minutes. What I need to do is I need to make this huge worldwide market create a trade for me in the next 14 minutes to work around what I want to trade before it expires. Is that smart? Do you think the worldwide market cares what you're trading and when you want to trade it? Okay. Do not look at this as I'm going to miss an opportunity. Because in 14 minutes and, oh man, now 13 minutes and 58 seconds, these contracts will expire. They'll be gone forever. I'll never be able to trade these contracts again. If I don't trade this contract in the next 13 minutes and 46 seconds, I'll never get to trade it again. I'm letting an opportunity pass me by. I have to find a way to press a button before this expires. Because if I don't, I'm going to miss out. And this opportunity will never come again. And I just have to. And let me click this one. And oh gosh, these expire an hour and 33 minutes. I got to trade one of these because in an hour and 33 minutes, they'll be gone. I'll never have a chance to trade these again. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. And I got 5-minute binaries here, you know, and oh gosh, 3 minutes. How many of you have ever been guilty of that? Felt like I have to find a trade. I have to press one of these buttons because this is about to expire. And if I don't get in it now, I'll never ever be able to get in it again. Yeah? Okay. Do you see how you just took a huge positive and turned it into a huge negative? Who cares if that thing expires? You've got another one coming in another 5 minutes and another one coming in another 20 minutes, and you've got others here. These expiration times, there's so many of them. So many of them. They're not there because you have to take every single one of them. They're there to give you options because everybody trades different strategies and systems. They're there to, do you need something in the next 5 minutes, the next 20 minutes, the next hour, the next 2 hours, by the end of the day or by the end of the week or overnight? You know, you come over here to forex and you've got even more options. Over here, for example, you've got the ones that are 12 to 2, 1 to 3, but then you've got these dailies every 4 hours, all throughout the night. You can go way out. Right now, what is it, about 1:30 p.m.? Okay, you can go all the way out to 11 a.m. tomorrow or 3 o'clock tomorrow. Or you can go 5 minutes out from now, 1 minute. See that? Right now, you can go out 1 minute, you can go out 30 minutes, you can go out an hour, a day. Do not sit and think that all of these hundreds of expirations throughout the day are there and you have to take them real quick before they're gone. That's not why they're there. All of these expirations are there for you to find the best one that gives you the best strike price, that gives you the most time to be right with your system. Does that make sense? Like that right there is a big one. I see people do that all of the time. It's an option. You go looking for a car and you go to the Ford dealership, like down here in Texas, it's what they call truck month. Every truck on the lot is for sale, but it's only going to be for sale for a little while. Do I need to buy every darn truck? Well, no. I'm going to look for the right one. The truck I want, the color I want, the features I want, the interior that I want. I'm finding the best one for me, and that's the one that I'm choosing out of all of the options. That's exactly what it is on Nadex with all of these different contracts. The options are there to give you options, not for you to take every option. Okay? Do not get caught up in that, guys. That is a huge one. Okay, those are two of the biggest things I've seen people make mistakes with Nadex. Thinking they have to press a button before something expires, or It's such low risk, it's capped risk. Let me just press a button. I want this to be easy. I don't want to invest time and learn a system, okay? And you have to remember, guys, your rules of trading are no different than the guy downtown with hundreds of thousands of dollars in his account, trading hundreds of thousands of dollars at a time. You both have to have a strategy and system. You both have to have rules. You both have to have risk management. Okay? What you don't have to have is you don't have to trade. You don't have to press a button. You don't have to stay busy. You don't have to have that action and that, fast pace. I got to stay busy. I got to make something happen. I got to find a trade before this contract expires. No, it didn't follow any rule or strategy system, but I had to do something. No, you don't. If you want to be successful in trading, you have a strategy and system, you have rules, you follow your rules, you manage your trades, and you manage your risk. Otherwise, you're just going to be spinning your wheels all day. You'll be profitable a little bit, you're unprofitable, and you're more profitable, more unprofitable, and you're just spinning your wheels. Okay, you have to learn to trade, learn to be patient, and no matter what you want to do, if I just want to press a button, is not going to work. You have to learn a strategy and system. You have to learn to read the markets. You have to learn to have multiple plays in your playbook. What do I mean by that? Well, okay, fine. That guy on that webinar told me I need to go learn a system. I guess I'll go learn one, and I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn this trending system. Okay, cool. Well, is the market trending every day? No. Some days it trends. Some days it's choppy. Sometimes it's range bound. You need to start with one, yes, but over time learn multiple systems and learn how to read the markets to know which system to apply that day. Okay? You need to understand time decay. What is time decay? Well, you can go back and watch some of the other webinars there that I showed you in the learning section. Time decay is you need to understand that as we get closer to expiration, these out of the money low risk binaries, if the market's not moving up to get over that strike, these are going to shoot down to zero very quickly. Okay? And sometimes the lowest risk ones are not always the right ones to trade with your strategy or system. It all depends. You need to understand how the markets work, how options work, how Nadex works. You need to have invested some time into yourself and into trading in your demo account. And you need to use good risk management. If you've only got $500 in your account, should you be risking 300 of it all in one day? No. Come on. Use your account size properly. Use your risk management properly. Sometimes it's not best to hold a contract all the way to expiration because you may be way up in profit and then it comes way back down. Sometimes you should get out early. Do what your chart's telling you to do. Do what your system's telling you to do. Okay? Not just what your gut is telling you. And you absolutely have to have patience. Whether you're trading a $15 binary contract or you've got $15,000 tied up in oil futures, you have to have patience. You have to have your psychology and your mentality in check. Do what the market's telling you to do. Do what your system and chart's telling you to do. Not what you think, not what your gut tells you, not what your feelings want. Have a structured system. You can never be consistent without being consistent. You can never be consistent without having a structured system that you can analyze. This is my rule. ABC 1, 2, 3. If this happens and this happens, I buy. If this happens and this happens, I sell. Here's where I get out. Because without having that consistency in a system, you can't track your results and know, like you hear people say, oh, well, my system is profitable 75% of the time. Okay, is it? Most of the time, people that say that are full of it. Because for one, their system's not. Or for two, they don't really know how to track it because they're not consistent. Well, I felt this, and well, I didn't really take that one because of that. there's no consistency in that. You can't get statistics and probabilities from, well, I feel. You have to have step-by-step rules, ABC 1, 2, 3, and learn how to read the markets to know how to apply them. Okay? So all the same rules apply whether you're trading Nadex or you're trading futures or forex, or no matter what it may be. Okay? And don't let a benefit and a positive become a weakness and a negative. Okay? And you can very easily do that. What you have to realize here is the things you have with Nadex, the lower account funding, the lower amount to put up, the lower risk, the capped risk, that's an edge. Do you understand that? In trading, finding an edge is a huge thing. You have an edge with Nadex with all these things. You have a huge edge with Nadex being able to go in, and you're not just stuck with a yes or no one option. You've got all these different expirations and all these strikes. You can pick it just right, just the right amount of time for your strategy system. You have a huge edge. Okay? You have a huge advantage. But if you're not trading it just like you would trade anything else, and you're not managing your risk, you're not following a system, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. And don't do that. Don't think this is a shortcut. Okay? It's not a shortcut. You've heard me say before, the longest distance to a destination is a shortcut. Because you keep taking shortcuts, you keep blowing your account, you keep having to start back over, and you spin your wheels. Nadex is not a shortcut. You still have to do it the right way. It's just a lot easier and quicker to get in and going with a lot less risk and upfront known capped risk. Okay? So guys, I hope that's helpful for some of y'all that have been around. That might be very elementary. This might be something you know. But, you know, I think even for someone that's been around a while, it's always good to kind of revisit these basics and remind yourself of, hey, I have a huge edge here with Nadex, and I need to be using that to my advantage, not, you know, letting my emotions take advantage of me and turn that upside down. Okay? All right, guys, keep that in mind. Get that demo account, practice in demo, master your system, work out the kinks in demo before you go to live. Always keep these things in mind, follow your system, manage your risk. Hop on over to nadex.com, get signed up for some of the upcoming webinars, and also come visit us over at apexinvesting.com. Check us out over there. We've got you know, some free tools over there, you know, some great you know, training videos on Nadex stuff. We're there to answer any questions. If you have any questions for us, if we can help you out in any way, please let us know. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your day and week and weekend. We will see you next time on the next webinar. Thank you so much.